The People's Station.
Coming up, police officers taking to the streets today. Also, the search is on for a man wanted for stealing by reason of service. And work to commence soon on the Freeport Post Office. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Shashina Wolf-Farkas, and as always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping the news this evening, police making their presence felt on the streets of the country today. Here on Grand Bahama, officers from every rank and file flooding the streets in a show of force to ensure that law and order is maintained. As Jamila Mizik tells us, police plans to continue this stance in the weeks ahead.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force canvassing the streets of Grand Bahama Thursday morning, conducting a number of roadblocks throughout the island. Assistant Commissioner of Police and Officer in charge of Crime Management and Criminal Investigation, Solomon Cash, says, after analyzing the crime situation in the country, the Commissioner of Police noticed an uptick in certain categories of crime, which prompted them to revisit their policing strategy and plan for 2020.
We look at two of those priorities, 1 and 3 respectively, which speaks to the prevention and the reduction in crime. And in addition, we also look at public and road safety, which is paramount in his policing plan. So today you will see those plans being carried out throughout the entire Bahamas. I'm talking about all islands, including New Providence. So with that, we want to encourage members of the public voice who have to traverse throughout the islands, the cities, to adhere to the road safety laws, okay, and to abide by any other regulations under the road safety regulations.
ACP Cash is also asking residents to be cognizant of the COVID-19 pandemic and engage the COVID-19 protocols accordingly.
Those persons who intend to behave in any criminal way, or those who intend to commit any criminal acts, we want to discourage those persons, okay, not to do so, because we're going to be out here. You will also see a community aspect of what we're doing today. Right now we're looking at the strategic traffic checkpoints, but further on in the day you will see us walking throughout various communities. You will see the divisional commanders for all of the areas. They would be interacting with the public in these communities, because as you know, the public, they are our friends, and we have to work with them as well as have to work with us. We want to encourage them to assist the police, okay, in policing their own areas.
He says they want the public to know that if there are any challenges in their communities, they should notify police.
We are here to serve you. We want to assist you. There may be things you cannot address. We are familiar with all the agencies of government that we can refer you to, who can assist you in dealing with things. It's very challenging for all Bahamians at this time. This is something we have never went through in our lifetime. So hopefully by our presence in all of these communities, the public would be able to understand that you have an agency that is willing to serve you, okay, and we would give you 110% of service, and that is what it's all about. But we just want to really be clear, the persons who have criminal intent, we don't want you to carry out those intents. We don't want you to do it. We're not all about just arresting people. We don't want to resort to arresting people. We really don't want to. We just want to encourage people to behave so that we can get through this pandemic in a more civilized way, and then we could go on with our regular lifestyle as we normally do.
And as for nightclubs and bars that are open beyond the 10 p.m. curfew, he says,
I'm not aware of any establishment being open after 10 p.m., but I can tell you, if that is happening, I can assure you, we have a covert team who's on the road currently in Grand Bahama. They will be dealing with those establishments. And as a matter of fact, if you know of any of these establishments, we will ask you to report that to us. I have a good crew of managers here. They are capable of dealing with situations like that.
Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
Meantime, police officers need your help in locating 32-year-old Jatori Nathan Roberts. He's wanted for questioning on the charge of stealing by reason of employment. Roberts is 5 feet 9 inches tall, 192 to 200 pounds, dark brown complexion with tattoos on both arms. Roberts is a resident of Brink Hill Road and Gilbert Crest, Freeport. Now, if you know where Jatori Nathan Roberts is tonight, give police a call, 911-350-310-625, or your nearest police station. Switching gears now, millions of dollars being invested in the redevelopment of the Freeport Post Office. The facility is a landmark in the downtown area, but over the past several years, it has fallen into a state of disrepair. The government recently announcing that a contract has been awarded for the repairs to be carried out, and those employed at the facility say that they are grateful. Jamila Mizik reports.
A contract has been executed for major renovations to the Freeport Post Office, and work is scheduled to commence shortly. The structure in the center of downtown Freeport was significantly damaged during Hurricane Dorian, and these renovations will not only restore and enhance the post office, but are expected to improve the entire downtown area. Officer in charge at the Freeport Post Office, Lorraine Maycock, says this is certainly welcoming news.
Customers are very excited about the progress that we're making right now, because conditions like this, we've been going through this for many years. So are the staff members are very excited.
Now, Masako Investments Limited was awarded a $2.8 million contract for extensive interior and exterior work, including roof repairs, electrical, plumbing, air conditioning, and structural work, pressure cleaning, and painting. Maycock says business has been really slow recently, but she says she believes the new improvements will boost business at the post office.
Because this building has been an eyesore for so many years, so customers really didn't even want to come in and do business with us. So I'm thinking we will have more customers now. Business will probably pick up in Grand Bahama. All is not actually lost, even though we have been through hurricanes after hurricanes.
The post office is currently operating from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. daily, but Maycock says once renovations are complete, they will return to their normal hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, the project is expected to be completed within 9 months and will create approximately 50 jobs in the community. Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
Switching gears, upgrades unfolding at the Grand Bahama Health Services as well. Minister of State for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Kwesi Thompson, confirming that the new infectious disease unit at the Rand Memorial Hospital is now complete, and the next step is providing furniture.
Additional COVID patients and infectious disease patients can now be housed in that new facilities. We are continuing to work on the Rand Memorial Hospital. We will, at the end of this process, have a newly renovated emergency room. And the emergency room actually is almost complete. We visited there about last week, and they are almost completed. The new recovery room for the emergency room is also almost completed. The floors and the walls and everything has been completed. They just now need to do the finish touches to it and have the equipment brought back into it. We are doing a new pediatric ward.
Well, he says upgrades are being made to various wards within the hospital, and the new operating theater that was provided by a nonprofit organization is also now operational. The minister thanking Grand Bahamians for their sacrifices in the fight against COVID-19.
Because it was the people of Grand Bahama who complied with the emergency orders to ensure that our numbers came down. And we're thankful that as of yesterday, the Prime Minister now has indicated that Grand Bahama can now operate as normal with a few exceptions.
Well, some help in the interim for all taxi cab and public bus drivers. The Ministry of Transport issuing a statement today noting that all taxi cabs and public buses have been exempted from payment of inspection fees for the month of October 2020. All taxi cabs and public buses must, however, be licensed and inspected by October 31st.
Declaration over the families of the Bahamas. We declare according to Ephesians 5 and 22, Ephesians 5 and 25, Proverbs 22 and 6, Exodus 20 and 12, Genesis 1 and 22. We declare that husbands love their wives as Christ loves the church and gave his life for her, and that the wives are submitted to their own husbands as unto the Lord. We declare that parents are training up their children in the way they should go, and when they are old, they shall not depart from it. We declare that the house of the righteous is standing firm in the Bahamas. We declare that the children of the Bahamas are honoring their parents and they are living long lives. We declare that generational curses of divorce, illegitimacy, poverty, robbery, infirmity, barrenness, and oppression is broken and destroyed from off the families of the Bahamas. We declare that the families of the Bahamas are walking in their godly inheritance. We declare that the families of the Bahamas are blessed of the Lord and they are fruitful and multiplying.
Mount Rock High School officials say that they are ready to reopen. That story and a whole lot more when we return.
Be work ready and class ready with the MiFi tablet pack from Alive. $229 while supplies last. Still connected, believe in best, Alive.
Let's get back to school. Things might have changed a bit, but Bethel Superstore is still here to make it happen for you. They see and understand the challenges you may have as a result of the current global issue. So they're doing their part to make shopping easier for you with BethelSuperstore.com. Just go to BethelSuperstore.com to place your order and pay online. Not easy enough? Well, get this. They even deliver. All throughout the Bahamas. And they've got every textbook you need. And if it's not in stock, they'll get it for you. That's right. So get on those laptops, smartphones, and tablets and go to BethelSuperstore.com to get all your textbooks and school supplies today. Bethel Superstore store number 352-2665. BethelSuperstore.com. Right solution, right price.
Bellevue Gibson Supplies Limited Queens Highway is your leading Bahamian book center. Get it all right here at Bellevue Gifts. School, office supplies, and so much more. Open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
It's the beginning of the hurricane season, and Fidelity Bank is giving you one less thing to worry about. We're not able to control a storm or its path, but we can prepare for it as much as possible. With every debt consolidation loan, Fidelity is giving away fully loaded hurricane kits valued at $200 with all the hurricane essentials you'll need to weather the unexpected storms of life. It's that easy. Sign up for a debt consolidation loan, open an ASUS savings or fixed deposit, and walk away with a free hurricane kit. At Fidelity, we're committed to helping you through these difficult times. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Please be advised of the following return dates for 8 Mile Rock High School students from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Grades 7 and 10, October 5th. Grades 8 and 11, October 6th. Grades 9 and 12 on October 7th.
We have been through so much together. Now is the right time to rebuild our home, our community, Grand Bahama. Our voices and opinions matter. We must contribute our ideas and opinions to make our island better for Bahamians, residents, and investors. The Committee for the Revitalization and Economic Expansion of Freeport is an initiative of the Grand Bahama Port Authority Limited to address the expansion of the island's economy. Share your views at reef.gbpa.com and let's revitalize our economy today.
Step out in the latest fashions from Steppin' Out. Shoes, handbags, and accessories. Steppin' Out when you want to put your best foot forward.
Mr. Speaker, we will continue to effectively respond to this enemy COVID-19 by promoting public health and safety, encouraging community participation and social mobilization, and inspiring hope.
your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. October 5th is the date set by the Ministry of Education for the reopening of government schools across the country. Here on this Northern Island, school faculty and staff members of the 8 Mile Rock High School have been making the necessary adjustments for the return of their students. Ramiko Knowles has more.
Well, it's being called the big day. Students of the 8 Mile Rock High School have been out of the classroom since March 13th of this year. Principal Chester Cooper says school is reopening on Monday and they could not be more excited.
Monday the 5th is the big day that we've all been looking forward to.
Some 500 students are expected to return to Blue Jay country, and when they do, they will be greeted with wall art that reads, "Bursting with Blue Jay Pride." Principal Cooper says this academic year will be different than most, as they will be following a COVID plan given by the Ministry of Education.
In addition to that, we implement our plan based on the ministry's plan, and we're hoping that all goes well. We have a system in place that would basically adhere to all safety protocols, and we hope that at the end of the day that, our kids will be back in an educational setting, in a safe environment, and they'll live here every day, COVID-free.
Now, as plans are in motion to reopen the country and jumpstart the economy, Cooper says it is equally important for students to return to the classroom.
It's extremely important to get back that instruction. Like I mentioned, they were out from March 13th. And even though some kids were doing the online learning, a lot of our students doesn't have access to devices or internet service. So their learning would have stopped from March 13th. That is too long for any child to not be having some form of formal education. So we're all excited. We are happy that they now have this opportunity to get back in the setting. We cannot have persons, growing up without an education.
On opening day, the school will have orientation to give students an idea of the way things will function. Normally, there would be some 30 students in each class, but this year, Cooper says there will be 18. Now, in efforts to adhere to the social distancing protocols, he says students will remain in their homerooms for class and the subject teacher will come to them.
On Monday, we have our 7 and 10 graders, Tuesday 8 and 11, and Wednesday 9 and 12. And the reason for that is to more or less orientate our kids to get them back in the frame of mind for school. In addition to that, to make them aware of what our protocols are in this new COVID environment. So we have a smooth transition, getting back, being out for so long. They perhaps tend to forget a lot of our protocols at school. And now this COVID environment, there are certain safety protocols that they must follow.
Now, although things will be different for many schools, including the Blue Jays this academic school year, he says teachers are dedicated to the process and are willing to do what they can to ensure that students receive the best education possible. Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
Thank you, Ramiko. And as the countdown continues to the reopening of school, some parents are still trying to purchase supplies for students. Jay Philippe visited the various stores today and tells us that some businesses are seeing an uptick in sales.
With the reopening of schools across Grand Bahama just days away, parents are making last-minute preparations while shopping for school uniforms and school supplies. While some schools have committed to online learning to start, other learning institutions will begin with face-to-face classes, which means uniforms is necessary. Over at Pat's Uniform, Michael Sweeting says as of late, business has increased significantly.
Over the last 2 weeks, we noticed ever since the ministry gave the go-ahead for schools to start, everything started to pick up a bit, which was a good thing for us. But I can pretty much say you're looking at about 50% of the sales of last year and the years before. I wouldn't say last year because of Dorian, but the years before. So we're looking at about 50% sales from the previous years. But I mean, everything is a blessing, and that's something that we have to work with for now.
The uniform factory has also seen an increase in sales. Anthony Sanders says that measures have been put in place to assist parents as they prepare to send their children back to school.
Back to school sales have been going really great. And even though the government said that there would be no VAT from August 31st to September 28th. We decided to continue with the no VAT because we know a lot of parents have just been getting back to work since this pandemic has started. So we decided to continue the no VAT on our back to school clothing and our school supplies.
According to staff, there is a high demand for particular supplies.
We've been selling a lot of school white shirts. We've been selling skirts, pants, everything. Everybody just is excited to get the kids back into the classroom.
We were working on inventory. How we do business, we working on inventory basically year throughout. So inventory wasn't a problem. The only problem was waiting for the ministry to give the go-ahead for schools to start. And once the ministry gave the go-ahead, then inventory was not a problem at all.
On the other hand, Bellevue Business Depot and Design has had the opposite success with back-to-school supplies. Owner Kirsten Burrows says they recently made adjustments based on the needs of students.
Back to school, it hasn't been the best this year. This year we've been focusing on mainly electronics, such as the tablets, computers, laptops.
He assures that their back-to-school offerings are affordable.
In comparison to the prices, we are on the same par as probably if you buy it online. The tablets, computers, they're all prices be equivalent to almost just if you buy it in the States.
I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
And finally, in news this evening, Colina Insurance on Grand Bahama making a donation to the Bahamas Red Cross Grand Bahama Center. The financial assistance coming at an ideal time as there is a heavy demand for help in a post-Dorian and now COVID-19 environment. Branch Manager for Grand Bahama and Abaco, Elrod Outen.
It's committed to community building and positively impacting our society. And while we hope that we do not experience another storm this season, we believe that preparedness is key. So we hope this donation will provide some assistance. We would like to commend the Red Cross on the outstanding work that they're doing in our communities and wish them every success as they continue to make valuable contributions. Colina strongly believe that there is strength in unity, and so our team here stands ready to serve and will roll up their sleeves as needed.
And receiving the donation was Stephanie Barr, administrator of the Grand Bahama Center. She says they are grateful as Red Cross continues the mission of serving those in need.
On behalf of Bahamas Red Cross, Grand Bahama Center, we just want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and that your donation, you will see it in the community as we go. Today, the functions that we have running, all of them that we have running now, we have 50 persons that we feed every day with a hot meal. We have another 25 that we send out parcels every month because they can prepare it themselves. And so this is so timely, you know, that we can go ahead and continue to service the public. Also, we're assisting the government in their venture. And so, we're no strangers to doing this in the community. And so we just want to say thank you for even having the confidence in us in taking the donation and feeding it to the community.
Stay with us. We'll be back with our Facebook Friend of the Night.
Esquire Men's Freeport has 20 to 50% off blazers during the month of October while supplies last. Call them at 727-6367.
I need a mattress bad.
Dr. Love, you've come to the right place. We have bedroom sets, we have comforters, we have pillows and sheets. But I'm saving the best for last, Dr. Love. Guess what? We have the new up and down bed. Go get your bed.
I like that. You can do nothing. You go down. Thank God for Island Bedding, the experts in comfort.
for letting us put shoes on your feet.
The industrial business is an industry where safety is priority. ATP Industrial Outfitters has the gear for whatever industrial environment you work in. FR fire retardant coveralls, your protection against fire. Chem splash suits for industrial tank cleaning and inspection. Hazmat suits for mold remediation and the medical field. And Tyvek disposable coveralls, protections against particulate matter, light oils, and hazardous liquids. All suits available now at ETP Ship Care and Industrial Outfitters. Number 19 Oak Street. Phone 824-2047.
Bellevue Business Depot has been on Queens Highway for the last 50 years plus. We specialize in office furniture and office supplies, school supplies, computers, electronics, printers, inks. For all your back to school needs, we have backpacks, coloring pencils, crayons, glue, glue sticks, folder sheets, printing paper, paint, and poster boards. We also have disinfectant sprays such as beef, disinfectant wipes, and hand sanitizers. We have a wide variety of notebooks, desktop computers, routers, webcams, headphones, and speakers. We are located on Queens Highway. Our hours of operation are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., closed on Saturdays and Sundays. Our social media page on Facebook is Bellevue Business Depot. Our website is www.bellevuebusinessdepot.com, and we can be reached at 352-8806.
Let's get back to school. Things might have changed a bit, but Bethel Superstore is still here to make it happen for you. They see and understand the challenges you may have as a result of the current global issue. So they're doing their part to make shopping easier for you with BethelSuperstore.com. Just go to BethelSuperstore.com to place your order and pay online. Not easy enough? Well, get this. They even deliver. All throughout the Bahamas. And they've got every textbook you need. And if it's not in stock, they'll get it for you. That's right. So get on those laptops, smartphones, and tablets and go to BethelSuperstore.com to get all your textbooks and school supplies today. Bethel Superstore store number 352-2665. BethelSuperstore.com. Right solution, right price.
Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
In observance of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we will recognize breast cancer survivors who are also friends of ZNS Northern Service. Melvern Williams, you are our honoree tonight. You are our Facebook friend of the day, and we thank you so much for your support. And that is going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Shoshana Wolf-Arkeson. The Bahamas Tonight continues.